Uh, so we will start today's session. First of all, thank you all for joining in today on behalf of SLEvA, APIA, EvalYouth Sri Lanka and University of Jayewardenepura. I formally welcome you to the 34th SLEvA webinar on online M&E Survey Design, Data Collection and Analysis for Young and Emerging Evaluators with a real case study. I am Umesh and I will be your moderator today. I am a co-leader at EvalYouth India and currently working as a consultant with University of Chicago Trust in India. The format of the session will be, I will be first of all setting some ground rule for all the audience, and then there will be a representative from the organizing team who will set the more opening remarks, and then we will introduce our guest speaker today who will take the session for us. There will be a question and answer session, right? So moving on, kind reminders and instructions for all the audience. We want you to mute your audio and video for the session so that we can focus on the instructor. For questions and answers and concerns, you can use the chat bar. I will also encourage you to introduce yourself in the chat bar so that we get an idea of who all are joining today. We have more than 36, 37 people in the room. So it will, looking forward to an enriching session with Jinendra. As discussed, do we have Vennila in the room? I think we have Vennila in the room.
Yes.
Yeah, she's here.
Yeah. So so on behalf of the organizing team, Vennila Thevarajah will give the opening remarks. She is an M&E professional and she is a YE representative at the Executive Council of SLEvA. SLEvA is the VOPE of monitoring and evaluation and learning working in Sri Lanka. Over to you, Vennila.
Thank you, Umesh. Good morning, everyone. I'm Vennila Thevarajah, Young and Emerging Evaluators Representative to the Executive Council of Sri Lanka Evaluation Association. It gives me a great pleasure to welcome you all to this virtual event, 34th webinar organized.
Vennila, are you there? Hello. Randika, can you hear Vennila?
No, I think she's having technical issues. Maybe you can move on.
Okay, no problem. So I will do the opening remarks for on behalf of the organizing team. So the idea of this session was to give a brief understanding of how we can use online tools to collect data for various surveys. And I think the pandemic has kind of re-emphasized the importance of using innovative methods of collecting information data. And I think in that regard, it's a very pertinent and important topic. And for this, we have today with us Mr. Jinendra Kothalawala. Mr. Jinendra, I will introduce the speaker. Mr. Jinendra brings with him a rich and diverse experience of more than 24 years working in monitoring and evaluation. He is currently working as an independent evaluation consultant. He has a master's in management from University of Jayewardenepura and he has worked in many national and international evaluation projects, baseline surveys, and impact evaluation and policy formulation projects with organizations from national and international level. So I think Jinendra brings with him a rich experience of working into corporate and also working into the monitoring and evaluation field. So I'm looking forward to his session. I think with that we will listen to Jinendra. And over to you, Jinendra. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Umesh, for the introduction. I will be. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can see. Thank you.
So I will be covering the online M&E survey design, the data collection and analysis for young and emerging evaluators with a real case study in next 30 to 40 minutes time. Let's look at it, the type of evaluation we do in this industry, M&E field. In a project life cycle, we do initially the need assessments, assignments, or the studies. Again, we do the baseline studies in the interim evaluations or mid-term evaluations after 2 years or 3 years time if project is 5 years, and we do inline or final evaluation after the project ends, and we do ex-post evaluations, not regular but for projects, and we do special studies also in between to do different projects achievements, and that's the whole way. Whenever it's come to the start from the end, we categorize those evaluations as formative evaluations. Why? These findings, learnings can be used to correct the actions and include in the project design and implementations. But the ex-post evaluations or end-line evaluations are summative evaluations. Those are not for using for the existing project. It will be used for some similar projects or in other countries or other projects. In evaluation studies, we follow a process, but there are different ways to categorize those things. But I will be touching very quickly a few areas. Before doing an evaluation, we do identify the evaluation criteria, and we will get evaluation questions from the TOR or the client or from the project. Based on the evaluation criteria and questions, we will do evaluation designing, what is the best design, and after that we will be going for developing the indicators to address the evaluation questions, and from this point onwards we do the data collection. So I'm focusing on the blue color 3 lines, the data collection tools and instruments design, especially for the online surveys, and data collection method that we can use for the online surveys, and how to do online survey analysis by using some online survey software. Very importantly, I will be covering the freely available online survey option, one called the Google form. We'll come to a little later why I have been selected for this topic. As Umesh mentioned it in the introduction, last 2 years, most of the countries facing challenges for face-to-face interviews, even in developing countries. And though the internet email penetrations are less in some countries, only available option was online for the industry, and we'll be touching it. I don't think we need to be discussed too much. And even where in Sri Lanka, very recently, economic crisis, everything, the transport challenges, everything faced, created a lot of room for online service. Now, we have different evaluation criteria. If we follow OECD criteria, there are 6 evaluation criteria. Based on these evaluation criteria, we will developing the key evaluation questions, and we will come up with the evaluation design metrics. We will be looking at the evaluation criteria, the indicators for that, and data sources and data collection method. If we think about it, in our methodologies or research approach, we have a quantitative approach, qualitative and mixed methodologies. So I will be mostly covering today more quantitative approach, but we can use our data study for qualitative and mixed methodology. Whenever we think about the quantitative one, we will be more looking at a positivist approach, but I mean not be covering the research philosophies and approaches here, but more specifically, we will be looking at the indicators in a more quantitative way. In that sense, we will be categorizing those indicators or the variable or information what we need in a qualitative and quantitative way. In our statistical context, we will be looking at the qualitative variables as two broader categories, the nominal and ordinal variable. Nominal variables are like your nationality, religion, marital status, things like that, where those are like nominal. Those are not much higher, strong data for much advanced analysis. The other category is ordinal data. You will be having a good grading, either seniority in organization, your students' grade in a school, your social economic class, lower, middle, upper income class, things like that. The more strong data are quantitative data, like there are interval data, where good examples are like marks and temperature. There may be 22.5 or 89.5 marks. The temperature, one thing, those are the data, that type of interval one. Ratio are like they are true value. 0 has true value, very much similar to the interval data, but difference is the true value, number of employees or your income. If say your income is 0, that has a meaning that you don't have an income. So that's the difference. Anyway, the quantitative data are very powerful to do analysis. So we will look at it, these things, how whenever we design our key evaluation questions, indicators, to get as much as quantitative one than qualitative one in more quantitative approach. So with this background, I will be really trying to cover a good case study. It will be a live one. If you think about the SLEvA or APIA, what we do, we have a lot of very initiatives, high initiatives to achieve our vision, mission, our target objectives, and we do different strategies to do that. We have a policy to work, and we do a lot of procedures. Whatever we do, like what we trying to do as a voluntary organization in M&E, we are trying to do our capacity building among our memberships in locally and regionally and globally, knowledge sharing, networking, everything. So the webinar has been identified, and this is the 34th webinar what we do. Even the bound bag series is a recently introduced one. Whatever we do, we have to be look at it. What's our purpose of having this one? So at that time of the registering for a webinar series, you are filling a Google form without knowing how to analyze those things or whatever. For some participants, what we collect in those forms, we will go to that link little later. We are looking at profile of interested participants for a webinar. Let's say for this 34th webinar, around 160 members has been interested, and now around 56 participants are there, including me. So we are collecting the country experience, their affiliation with what organization, and previous SLEvA or APIA webinar participations, like basic profile detail. In addition to that, the form collected the time preference and suggestion for future topics. That's a basic structure. So Google form is a one form of a data collection freely available tool or techniques or a platform. Whenever we collected these ones, these are more formative ones. Why? The information can be used for decision making of the future webinar series, a good topic, And again, it will be giving you a good time preference for different participants by even country or zones, and even a suggestion for future topics. It will be like a baseline type. So it's a more formative and baseline ones or even a special study that we are looking at it. So whenever we look at it, the evaluation studies, what we do is like we do survey design, data collection, analysis through online, and these are the links that you will get it for a even upcoming webinar, this kind of a link. So now I'm going to a link again to give you a idea. Give me a few seconds whether yeah. So this is I think you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So these are real example still that Google form is on. So you will get this kind of a screen, and you will be putting your email address, you are putting your name, you are putting your country. So whenever we consider the name, when it comes to the research ethics and standards, these are little sensitive information. Even countries, there your evaluation experience is marked in this answer. Again, the previous experience are there as yes, no, or even maybe. Any topics you can type it, and time preference are there with the Indian Standard Time to get it the unique format. That's a form that all of you have been filled. Now, whatever we are looking at it right now, we will be going to more detail. Let's say we have a lot of online free available survey platforms, or the softwares, application softwares. So whenever you go to Google, if you type free online survey platform available, you can get it. Even they are grading it. These ones you can get it a lot of things. However, whenever you search it, you will be able to get it Google form as a free one, and there are a lot of other ones. I'm not having any interest to market any things. And Google form has some advantage. One is it is free, but whenever we say free, it is not always free. But there are limitations and conditions. With those things, it is free. Someone need only a Gmail account with the standard requirement for opening an account, and you can go for unlimited questions and unlimited surveys. Wherever, if you go for some other survey platforms for a free option, you will be having some limited. As example, one software will give you only 10 questions for a survey and only 100 response or 200 response. Sometimes they are limiting 3 surveys for a 1 month's time period. And if you can go for a little bit basic fee, maybe $25–30 for a month, or $800–900 for a year, you can get more options, even the questions types that you can ask, and the number of surveys, number of response, and distribution options through different social media are getting added. Even the support major languages are high with the Google, because it supports many languages than other softwares. Even hardware software compatibility is very high, and that's the reason for going for a Google form for this one. However, the free version has some limited questions type plus the customization limit. The Google, there is no paid versions, but you can do customization. You should have a more language special ones to do that. I am not touching those areas. So whenever you go to the Google like this, you will be getting an icon. Now I'm going to the another Google website to give you the more detail, because side sharing will not be helpful. So give me a few seconds to go to real Google one. So whenever you open Google one, let's give me a few seconds to open a new one. You will be opening like this. So you will be coming an icon like this, and you will be having the Google icon here, and Gmail and images are there. There are 9 dot line icon. I'm sure that you can see my screen.
Yes, sir, we can see.
So click this 9 one. You may be very familiar with the Gmail account and even the YouTube, even Google Plays are very familiar. So this is your account profile. So you should have a Gmail account to go for Google Form. There are different applications ones, Google Drive, the space ones, Google Calendar, you may be familiar. Even Google translations are there that may be helpful for us a little later. And you can get the another 2 familiar things are like called Google Docs and Google Sheet. Google Docs are like very much similar to the MS Word, Microsoft Word, but freely available. You don't need to pay a license and other things, but some limitations are there. Again, Google Sheets are very much similar to the Microsoft Excel and similar profiles. And if you go a little bit bottom, slides are the PowerPoint, and you can go bottom and Google Forms are here. This is the form that we are referring it. Whenever you click it, you will be getting this kind of a screen there. And you can see many things there. There is a blank or a template. You can work from that, or you can go for a gallery and get it lot of template. If I go to template gallery, you can see the customer feedback, course evaluation and contact information, party invite, and many other things are there. Even look at it, contact information, find a time from your team or party invite, and even job application, even customer feedback, work request, and exit ticket for a repairing or whatever service. Even the assessments are there, and course evaluations are there. Here, lot of formats are there. You can use it. Those are standard templates. Only you have to do it, type and change it to your requirement. So a lot of formats are there. Even if you go for paid versions, you can get a lot of these similar formats. Even you can customize those formats. Even you can use your own format for the next survey. You can copy and questions or whatever. Even you can get some similar questions from a previous survey. So a lot of advantages are there at a zero cost or comparatively. And that's one. So for this one, I will be going for a blank one because I don't need to use it a standard one. Let's say blank one, you can customize anything. So I will be giving you more customized version. So whenever you click it, you will be getting this kind of a tab. This tab has basically 3 sections. So I am covering these 3 sections within next 10 minutes time. First one is a question. Second one is response. Third one is setting. So these are 3. Whenever we go to questions, we can add a question. How we can add a question? Here we can say your country. I'm trying to do it based on the previous one. It is actually a short answer one. I'm not putting is a required. If you put required, the answer has to be there. Otherwise, you can't go for or submit the full one. It's coming as an incomplete one. So first one is a country. Second one, give me a few seconds. I will go to this one. Yes, country. Second one was the evaluation experience. So I will be able to copy these texts and enter it. So second one will be the evaluation experience. Sorry, I think I put it in a wrong one, but we'll keep it as it is, not an issue. Give me 2 seconds. Sorry for that. I will delete that one for the moment. So we can add another question. How we can add it? Go to this screen. This screen has different tabs. Whenever need to add a question, either you can do 2 things. First thing, you can duplicate these questions and get another question, or you can add another question here. We can say your experience, evaluation experience, and it will be like we can do it checkbox. You can say like no experience, no experience. My typing mistakes may be there, and we can say add another one less than 3 years, or you can less than 3 years, we can add another one, click it, and 3 to 5 years, you can type it, 3 to 5 years, whatever way, you can add it, and you can say that you need the answer. You can require, even you can do some validations one. We can put it, you need at least some answer, things like that, but I'm not putting the validation here, only put it. Again, you can do a rotation of answer called shuffled option order, because order bias are there in questionnaire designing. You can avoid in Google form and many other survey forms. So likewise, you can do these things. You can import questions from some other surveys that you have in your templates or the previous formats. Even you can add title and descriptions here. Even you can add images. If you use show card type of surveys, you can add it. Even you can add a video to get some feedback from the respondent, and you can add different section. So those are the things that you can do, and you can get it different type of questions. You can get checkbox. If you change to drop down box, it will be like they will get it the drop box answers. And you can do linear scale also, 1 to 5 point scale. Automatically answers comes, very easy to analyze it. You can get a more quantitative data. Even you have a multiple choice questions, and even you can get the date and time for the survey. So those are different type of questions. Whenever you do start your practice, you will be able to get it. So that's the way that you do questionnaire designing. So please practice 1 or 2 once, you will be able to get it. So I am not going to too much once. These are the questions type that you can do it. As I mentioned it, if you go for paid versions, you have a lot of templates and a lot of questions types than this, but Google is a basic one. You can do a lot of things. That's on the question one, and the response one is here. Now I have already accepted the response. You can put it like you can't enter there the respondents once you put it, but I will put it like this, and no response are there. But before getting a response, you have to put different settings. Let's assume that you are doing a survey. So these are the setting tabs. Even you can change this questionnaire to a quiz if you are working with the students or whatever. And you can collect your email, not your respondent's email address, and allow, this is very important. Please do allow one response editing. Otherwise, one person or one user can send many response and limit to one response. That's very important one. So likewise, you can do this. After doing this, you can send it to your target audience. Now I'm trying to go for a standard one, whatever we design it. I'm going to another one. This is the one that we were sharing, planning to share with you. So now there is no response. Now I can send it to your one. How to do it? Even you can do preview icon. Once you do preview after designing this kind of survey, it will be appeared like this. And you can go for an original one, and setting is set up. You can use this icon. Undo, redo icons are there, similar to other softwares, and you can do some themes also. I'm not going to these ones. So this is a very important one. Now we design a questionnaire. It has only 5 questions. Let's assume that these are the 5 or 6 questions, and we are trying to get the response. And we go to settings also. Now we are trying to send it. Whenever you click it, it will be coming this kind of a one. So you have a different option to share this one. One is send via email. Other one is send via the different platforms. You can get a link, and other icons are there. Even you can send it for through WhatsApp or Facebook or even Twitter. Let's say how to do it in email. In email, if I get it, let's say I need to send it to few persons. If you have their email address, let's say I need to send it to Randhika's email. So it will be coming like this. And you can send it directly to these links by clicking this one, but you can include a lot of things. Even heading you can change it, subject even you can click this one, but I'm not doing right now. You can send it to one of these members, or you can have a many email address. You don't need to a Gmail account address. You can do any other emails also. It's possible, but I will be looking at it more other options. The sharing the link option. This is the link sharing option. You can see this is a very big lengthy link. So what you can do is you can shorten a link like this. You will be getting very short link. Now you can Control C and copy this link like this, and you can go for any survey any social media. Let's say that I'm using Google one, sorry, WhatsApp, and I can send it to someone. Let's say I'm trying to send it to one of our friends. You can put it there and you can paste it and you can send it. That will go to this particular member, and he or she will be able to participate for the survey. He or she has to be click this link and get it. Now I'm going to our link, and I will be putting this one. Let's try to fill this one. It has only 6 questions. You can fill it very quickly. While filling, I will be giving you some insight how to get the response and other things. So will you be able to fill it, the form that I sent it to you? We can see whenever someone is filling these answers, I will be getting these responses as 1 or 2. Can we start it now?
Sure, sir. I encourage all the participants to click on the link that is shared on the chat, and please try to fill the form so that we can get some responses, and you will get
and that will be used for
how to process this data.
Process.
And
so now I'm getting a 1 response. It says 1 response. Even I can once few responses are there, we'll look at it. We don't need real genuine answers. It's for a testing purpose. Yeah, so you can see whenever now 3 responses are there, all the answers are coming like this, and you can get those things, the summary in different ways. And now around 7 responses are there. Even we can go to different ones. We can change those charts types. The Google form has identified the most suitable ones. If it is a yes or no, it will be appearing like this. It's like a most prominent one. And open-ended questions, more qualitative one. The COBO tools, geospatial analysis, and qualitative data analysis are some suggestion and not applicable, and things like that. There, those are the things that we can get it. Okay, now around 15 responses are there. I think we will, because of the time limitation, you can continue with the survey response and we can get it. Now we will go to different things. There are summary versions, as well as we can look at it questions wise. These are the 6 response, 3 response. Some questions has country wise answers, and even you can look at individual wise. I'm not going to show it to you. These are the things. So these are response. If I click it accepting response as like switch off, you will not be able to submit those answers and survey. You will get an automatic message that survey is stopped, so not any more accepting the response, thing like that. So these are the ways of collecting the data, and please keep in mind that setting has to be click it like this way. A lot of other options are there. You will be able to get familiar once you practice fewer surveys with your friends or your own connections, that will be able to get it. Now we have a 18 response. Now we can look at it more analytical part. The Google form, this platform is not that much user friendly for analysis. You can get the frequency and other things in a summary graphically or in a different way, but it's not suitable for more advanced analysis. For that, you have to get a data. You can do few method. One is you can download the 18 response in a CSV format. CSV formats are compatible for Excel and other software. We can do that. Download CSV. It will be appear like this, and it will be downloaded into a folder. Or you can go for create spreadsheet option and get it. Let's say if you click create spreadsheet, you will be selecting existing or create new. Let's say we would like to get it the new one, and it will be coming there. You have to click it create icon. So now you will be getting a spreadsheet like this. It is in a Google sheet, not in Excel. And in a Google sheet, you can do a lot of analysis for that. So that purpose, what I am right now doing it, let's assume that I am going to this one, or yes. So for these purposes, we can even, okay, now I have a 19 response or 20 response. These are the country, these are the answers given by our respondent, yes or no suggestion. We will be getting this kind of a database. And I will be now covering the database. So whenever the SLEvA considers, like in June month, we had a session and there were 79 respondents registered in June. But you can see June database has some challenges. Look at the row number 4. The respondent or the participant interested has not been put his or her country, evaluation experience, and whether he has participated, he or she participated in the previous one, and no topics, but only time difference is there. Why it is happening? We haven't selected the information is required, that icon. Even these ones are like blanks. Yes, it is possible. So you can see some challenges are there in a data set and these kind of things. Instead of one country, some member has put South Asia and Switzerland or whatever. So these kind of challenges are there. That's why we are here. Row number 51 is a totally blank one. So you are getting those kind of challenges. That's why in the designing stage, we have to be a little careful. So that's why we put it your question in a different way. Now I'm going to July. Again, there were, once you get it, you better put a serial number and webinar cases. Why you have a 1 month data or webinar series data, but you can get it more. Before that, this is a structure. So evaluation experience, participated in previous webinar. These are the questions that we are collecting in last 3-4 months. And once you have a database structure, give me a few seconds to go back. Yeah, I think some screen one. So we can merge these databases like this: June month first, the second July month, 4th August, 3rd August, and September, the new data set. This data set has around 760. Based on this data set, I can do pivot analysis. That's what I'm trying to do. So I have covered the questionnaire designing part. by using a Google form. I have covered the data collection part by using Google form through emails or through WhatsApp. Instead of a WhatsApp, you can use either Twitter or Facebook or whatever things, social media, that even IM or whatever things. Now I'm using or trying to give you how to do analysis. In Google Sheet, you can use pivot table for this analysis. Even in Excel, the pivot table is the most one. But if you have a paid license for different software like SPSS, Stata, Minitab, you can use it. But we are trying to do it. Give you young and emerging evaluators the free softwares, and pivot table is best. So you can go for a new sheet and create a new sheet. Now, very interesting part. Now you are getting the pivot table. It may be a little complicated for some teams. Look at it. Here, these are called rows. These are called columns. So let's assume that I'm experienced in getting evaluation experience in column. If you put it evaluation experience in column, you will get 3 to 5 years, whatever. Let's say, no, I'm experienced, I'm interested to get it in a row. So what you can do is you can put it to, you can remove it. Let's say evaluation experience, I need in a row form. So it comes here. I need the whether someone participated or not in a row. So you will get it. Sorry, I think I will remove it and it should go to the row one. We can add it and we can like this, or you can put it like this, like this. So you can change row and columns. So now you have to, values needs to be there. So my suggestion is add a value like very clear one. I think register number will be, you can add anyone, any variable, but this will be. Now you have a 720 interested participants who shared their detail. Now you can look at it. Look at it. Now it's all counted. That means how many count. You can get it these things by percentage. Row percentage are not helpful. You can get the column percentage. Look at it. So whatever respondent 720, 4% are like blank answers. That means they haven't answered it. You can remove the or increase the number of decimal places. You can keep it as a full percentage. So one disadvantage in Google form, it doesn't indicate the blank one. If you go to Excel, little later I will go do that, you can get it. Let's assume that I'm using the default and 701. So I think now I may be not able to get it because I put it this way. Default percentage comes, but that's not a big deal. We can go for count A, and this is the way that we are doing the pivot table analysis. Now we can go for more options there. Here, instead of getting it now, let's say I'm trying to edit the same file. You don't need all the 720. What you can do is go to a filter and include your webinar. That may be a one area. Now you have a webinar. So you are including all the webinar series. If you need only the September webinar, you can keep it. Now you can get it. 160 members are there who is interesting. Now around 51 members are there, or 50 members are there. So they are the previous webinar participation, 46 participated here, the total, and their experience is 49. Has only 3 to 5, 5 to 10 years, 23, no experience, 18. So one challenge is the answers are not coming in order. If we can get it, have no experience in the first row, the second row, 3 to 5, that will be better. That's a disadvantage of questionnaire designing. So we have to design this questionnaire in a way that answer one has to be something. So there are options. So you have to be practice and get it. That's why the new form that I have been designing has been designed in that way. You can get it in order. One is less than 3 years, more than 10 years, things like this. There were no experience there, and then others are there. So you can get in a good order. So that's why questionnaire designing part has to be done it. Even these answers, like if you can get it the numerical data, you can get it good answers. The answers, like you have to use it for 1 to 20 years, not in this way, but we put it text, not as a numeric one. That's a learning. Here, yes or no, and no one has put it as others. That's good. So evaluation criteria also, you have to do more qualitative analysis. Most probably you can use the NVVO or some kind of a qualitative data analysis software, but we will look at it. Only 20 responses are there right now. So these are the ways to analyze it by using a Google sheet option, and you can do the same analysis by using the Excel ones. These are the ones that you can do it. You can see this pivot table in Excel, the similar things. Give me a few seconds to go for the Excel sheet. Sorry, I think. I think
hi sir.
Technical,
So just a check-in for time. I think we have 5 to 10 minutes, and then we will take some questions from audience.
You can use this kind of analysis. 720 is there, and you can manually copy and paste no experience order and manually calculate the percentage. Even here in Excel, same one, you can, instead of evaluation experience, you can put some other variable. Let's say you can put the country there as a column 1. Column, because of this screen I'm not getting it. You can put it country to a row, and I think you can get it. So country wise, you can see Sri Lanka has been typed in different ways, so it is coming as a different way. So that's why you can put it as a fixed answers there in a Google form whenever you decide it. So these are the ways to do analysis and get it number of percentage count, things like that in a Google sheet. That's what you can do it there. So these are the ways of the questions are designing. Response are like how to get the response and convert into a Google sheet, and pivot tables are the ways of doing analysis. So basically, I have been covering the data collection part with the survey design and analysis by using freely available software. That's a basic one. I know that 30 minutes or 40 minutes exactly now, 40 minutes that I took is not sufficient to give you a comprehensive one. I think it's a young and emerging evaluators here. So you can get it initial one and try it and get it other things. These are the slides content. I think I have covered all those things within this 40 minutes time. So that's it, the participants. So now we can go for a question and answer session. Umesh, to you.
Thank you, sir. You can stop sharing so that I will share the screen. Give me a second. So the first question, sir, that has came on the chat is, can we add tables to Google Form? And one other question that is pertinent to today's discussion is, what kind of internet browser are compatible with Google Forms?
Yes, I'm mostly using the Chrome, but most of the browsers are compatible. I haven't tried many, but that's why advantage is most compatible, but there are non-compatible things. So at that time, instead of a Google form, you have to go for some other options, because system software challenges cannot be solved by the non-IT oriented members. So, but there are less chances. Most are compatible That's what I can tell you. Yes, you can include table type of ones in Google form. Give me a few seconds to exactly tell you, like there are, give me a few seconds to open ones.
Sure, sir.
Yeah.
Do you want to show? I can stop sharing.
Yes, I think that will be better. Multiple
Great.
choice grid, though, textbooks grid. If I can get it, give me a few seconds whether I can get it, the screen share option. Yeah, it's there. Give me a few seconds. I think you can see my screen now.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if you can use multiple choice grid or the textbooks option, these are grid ones. You can get it rows and columns. Let's say that I need to get it some answers. Let's assume that I'm looking at it a word file. Yes, let's say I need these countries. Even you can copy and paste from any document and get it to this one. Even you can paste it. All the answers comes rows. Let's say columns are some other answers. Let's take it as yes, these 5 answers. Sorry, these some typing mistakes may be there, but forget about right now. Columns I can paste one time and we can get it preview. Go to this one and you can get it the preview. It's will be like this.
Okay. Okay. This is actually a table. This is very useful, sir.
Yes, and you can use either tick or whatever options. They are like this, and you can do validation one also. Very important one. Good question. That you can do validation one. Add it like you require the response compulsory, and do a validation one, and limit to 1 response per column. Even you can do per row. You can change it little later, because if I put it that you will not be able to do like 2 answers. Let's assume that here 2 answers are there. If you put it there correctly, you can't put it. I think now it's saving. It will be a draft save and not appearing. Give me a few seconds. And this question, so you can do that. That's a one. What else?
Yeah, so there is one question, and I think that is regarding how do we get the data. So the question is, how many ways are there to extract collected information in a Google form to either Microsoft Excel or Microsoft Word?
Yes, best thing is I think I will go for the CSV format. There are 2 things. First one is to download these ones by using this one as a CSV format. I haven't shown you how to do that. Second one is may open in here and it will go to Google form. Now Google form is there. We tried it. Go to file and you can do download. You can download in MX Excel, even in open document. There are a lot of open PDF, web page, comma separated. These are CSV and tab separated. Those are like technical things, but most of you are familiar with Excel. Let's go to Excel and it will be converted to Excel file. It will be getting downloaded. I am opening the Excel file. That's a one. From Excel, what you can do is you can open in SPSS, Minitab, Stata, whatever software. But before that, check it what the data type, variable type here. You can do as a logical one here. These are like quantitative ones. I'm not going to that much advanced there. But once you convert into a Excel, you will be able to get it. That's a one. Give me a few seconds again to go to. Again, you can do make a copy, rename, different things are there, very much similar to once you convert into a from Google form to Google Sheet to Excel or whatever. The
if needed, this can be copied into a Word doc.
Yeah, very simply. Even these
this can be
possible. Control C, Control V, or like copy and go to Word, and you can open it. Let's say you can paste it. But in Word, you can't do analysis. Only simple analysis can be done. Let's say, I don't know whether like even you can go to summation or their formula in Word. Some ones are not familiar, 159. So total number of years of experience in this team who answered like 20 respondents, 159 years. So
Google Doc is actually Microsoft Word can be used if we are collecting a paragraph or a note kind of answer from the participant. There was a question, sir, on what kind of platform allow us to collect data even on offline or no internet needed.
Very difficult questions. Will you be able to little bit again ask from me, Umesh?
Okay, so this question is again coming twice. That's why I'm asking what can we use offline data collection using Google Forms and
yes. Okay. So I don't need to be online always when a respondent complete this survey. Once you send this link, if he or she has a WhatsApp or email facility, internet, he can answer. But here you will not be able to get it if respondent doesn't have an email facility or whatever social media or email cannot be open it. If offline ones, you have to go for, as far as I understand, some paid softwares. There are desktop version. Even if you go for softwares like Qualitrix, Survey to Go, even Survey Monkeys, there are paid ones. You can get it. The data will be saved in some technology by using it. You can get it, but those are a little bit advanced. But you have to look at your respondent profile, whether you are targeting a poor families. If they don't have a online facility, at least a smartphone, you will be in a trouble. But this kind of a profile, we can do that. I didn't cover that area. Internet penetration, there are mobile usage, those things we have to consider. Those things also before designing an online one.
Yeah, but there are top platforms that can collect data on offline mode and push this information wherever these devices are coming into
I haven't
server.
tried it because
great. And I think it is beyond the scope of this presentation. Also, it was online data collection. There was a request from 2 users to acting the organizer. Where can we get the recording of this event so that they can practice, right? So I think I think
you can mention Umesh, if I remember, Andika will be able to answer there. This link will be shared with all the participants after the workshop 1 or 2 days. Correct?
Yeah, I think I will request.
Yeah, we'll share the recording. That's correct.
Great.
Yes,
we still have
mobile tools can be used for offline data collection, and it is free. Yes, even for UN organizations, it is free, but there are limitations. But you can do that. Yes, and in Google Form GPS location, I don't think so. You have to go for something else because questions types are little limited there.
Great. So I think we have time for one more question if any one of the participants have a question, or else we'll go to the next event. So one more question if any of the participants can unmute and ask or type in the chat box. Okay. Okay, in that case, I think we will go ahead and we'll go ahead with Sonam. Sonam is a co-leader at EvalYouth Butan, and she will be doing the closing remarks today. I am tempted to take the question from Ujjain. How can primary data collected put into analysis? I think Uden, what Jinendra has showed is you can collect the data using Google Forms into an Excel sheet, transferring that Google sheet into downloading into an Excel sheet, and using Excel analysis features such as pivot and various commands to do the analysis based on your requirement. So I think you can reach out to the organizing team if you have any of the questions. Considering the paucity of time, we'll go to Sonam for the closing remarks. Over to you, Sonam.
Okay, am I audible now?
Yes, Sonam.
Okay, thank you, Umesh, for the introduction. Well, now we have come to the end of the 34th SLEvA webinar. And I think someone rightly said that if you don't ask the right question, then you discover nothing. So with this, I would like to thank Mr. Jinendra for the insight and giving us the detailed information on how we can do the online survey, do the data collection and analysis with YE, and then relating it with the, the real case study. I would also like to thank Vennila for delivering the opening session. Yes, we did lose her, but I would like to thank her for her commitment. She was back, but unfortunately we were carrying on with our webinar. I would also like to thank Umesh for being an excellent moderator, and then backing up for the opening remarks. I hope someday I can use this recording, to learn and then practice how to be a good moderator. I would also like to thank our active participants here and the audience for making this webinar a grand success. You have all been very disciplined, following the rules, and at the same time being active in the chat box. And then I can see even when it was the time for my closing remarks, we had people, sharing their doubts in the chat box. Last but not the least, I would like to thank Pia and the organizing partner, along with the production team, Randika, Punya, Hasiti, Madhuka, Chamatkar, for organizing this wonderful webinar. I hope that we will have a continuous and serious events, similar events, and also expecting good number of participations and the same amount of energy. Together, let's learn more about monitoring and evaluation. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Sonam, for mentioning and referring to the last point that you mentioned. Yes, we have many events planned out for all the audience. SLEvA will be hosting a next webinar on the institutionalization of evaluation, which will be conducted by Dr. Reinhard Stockmann. This webinar is planned on 17th of October at 6:30 p.m. IST. And we would encourage all the participants today who joined us to register to this event. The link is here. We'll be request the production team to paste the link in the chat box, but we'll be also reaching out to all of you with the link and detail about this webinar. So expecting all of you to also register for this upcoming event on 17th October on institutionalization of evaluation, a global view by Dr. Stockmann. With that, I think we have reached to the end of this. Would encourage all of you to check our social media handles. Sri Lanka Evaluation Association is doing some great work in building capacities of all the young and emerging evaluators. We also have APIA, which is a main anchoring this movement in the region, and encourage all of you to check out our social media handles so that you get updates on the upcoming events. And with that, I think we'll close this event. On behalf of all the organizing team, I again thank you a lot. I thank all the participants for taking out the time to be with us, and also I thank our guest today, who has given an enriching session, and it was very hands-on session. What I liked about it is it was very handy. I encourage all the participants to try out few Google Forms by them and try to analyze it. There's no way other than to learn by trying it. With those lines, I think I conclude this session today. Thank you all for joining.